Welcome back to Fast RC Ready. My name is Ryan, and today's video we're going to talk about putting a custom fan on your Arrma Gorgon, but it's more than just that. I got custom grills that I need to talk about also, so stick around. I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to talk about this fan right here that is on the Arrma Gorgon, and I'm going to actually get to break it down, but we're going to break it down in reverse. So you're going to see this thing actually fully assembled as we start the video. And you might be asking yourself, like, what the heck is this thing on top of the fan? And obviously, you know, there's the fan right there, Rocket RC, which, speaking of that, this is the Rocket RC part fan that I got off of Amazon. I'll tell you what, first off, I'm impressed with this fan, but I will get to that in a second. So it's a nice looking fan. I went with the gold and black color, but this thing on top of it, I tried to make like a V8 looking type of engine. I actually, of course, I 3D printed this on my printer. I designed this myself. So it's obviously it's meant to look like an engine block with like some throttle bodies on top. It's kind of rudimentary, but I think it looks cool. And so here's kind of the other side of it. And I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to show you guys how I put this thing together, how it looks and all that kind of stuff. But I actually designed this in Blender and I printed it myself. And you can see down in there, it's got a grill piece. So like I said, I'll break it all down. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. So let me show you the other side real quick. Sling this battery around. This is the other side. Dude, I think this thing looks really cool for what it is. I think it does kind of look like an engine, you know, and what's cool is I can do the engine block or the throttle bodies or the valve heads in different colors. Like I think I might actually do like red valve covers next, or maybe like yellow or gold if I buy that color. But pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and break it down. Okay, so first things first, we're going to talk about the fan. So like I said, this is a Rocket RC fan. Let me tell you what, this thing blows. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner, and I'm going to actually, instead of telling you, I'm going to show you. So let's go ahead and give it a listen. Starting up, and you can hear that thing. Let me tell you what, that thing is blowing like a considerable amount of air out of this pocket. I wonder if I got like a piece of paper here. You kind of see, it's not really blowing the paper too much. But just putting my hand on here, like I feel a lot of air blowing out of that cavity. And so that's definitely going to work. I think it absolutely is going to keep the motor a little bit cooler. Let me tell you, one of the reasons why I got this fan is because I'm actually going to be upgrading the motor here pretty soon. I went ahead and bought the Mega 665 brush motor that you find in the Typhon. This is the high-speed version. So video to come, go ahead and like, subscribe, and make sure you set your notifications because that video is coming where we'll do some speed tests. But I figured when I got that motor, I was going to need a fan, and I think this thing's going to work pretty good. So that's it for the fan. Let's go ahead and break this thing down. I'll show you the custom grill. All right, so we're going to pull this thing apart, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is, you see I got the screws here. So these are like the longer screws that I had in my screw bin, but I'm actually going to have to buy some longer screws. I think I'm going to need some, they're definitely M3 screws, but I'll probably need like at least 35 millimeters. I'm not sure what these are. These are probably like 30 millimeters. But let's go ahead and break this thing down. So you can see here, these are like the throttle body covers. This is actually just one piece that I printed, 3D printed. I'll blow air through it. I think it's not really restricting the amount of air going to the fan. I think it'd actually be just fine. So not really too worried, but it also, you know, does kind of act as a grill and keeps rock and debris out. And then I have a second, well, let's go ahead and pull off the engine block first, actually. So this is the engine block. So you can see that the silver engine block itself is actually just one piece that I printed out one piece on its own. And then you can see the valve covers here are, you know, separate pieces on their own. And then you can see I've got the recessed holes they just have little M3 screws inside of them. So pretty easy print. I think the engine block itself was only like 13 grams of plastic, which really isn't much. And then these valve covers were even less. But yeah, you kind of see how the bottom, this is a 38 millimeter in diameter hole. So it fits just perfect right over the top of the fan. And so let's go ahead and look a little deeper. I have an extra grill on top of here. I partly have this here because the bottom of the engine block kind of hits on the spur gear cover here, so I needed to raise it up. So I got to go back and redesign this engine block so it doesn't hit the spur gear cover. But for now, I added this extra grill just to give it that little bit of extra space. And of course, I 3D printed this grill also. I mean, this grill on its own is pretty cool. Like if I was just going to run the fan without this kind of engine block, I would at least put this grill on top of it that I printed out, which works out pretty good. And then here's the fan itself. So Pretty straightforward. Here's the fan. It's a 40 millimeter fan. This thing spins at 16,000 RPM, and it's called Rocket RC. And I mean, it sounds like a rocket or like a jet engine, like you heard it a minute ago. I'm pretty impressed with it, with this fan, to be honest. Like, it is pretty much as advertised. And then the aesthetics of it, I went with the gold color. They have different colors. They have red, blue, gold, silver. I went with gold because I am gonna eventually change the color of this Gorgon to a black and gold type of like pro spec type feel. So wanted to go with black and gold, but overall pretty cool. Let me put it all back together with the magic of YouTube, and then I'll show you what this thing looks like with the body on top of it. All right, here we are with the body back on, and this is what I was looking for. Perfect. Yeah, you look right, because this Gorgon in particular, there's a lot of space under this body, this back wheel well, and yeah, you can see the little engine block with the fan sticking up. It's just like that little bit of accent piece. It's all the, like, when it comes to RC, it's like all the little things about RC is that I love. And so yeah, like this thing just kind of, I feel like the camera doesn't really do it justice, but you can see this thing under here, and in person you see that little bit of yellow flake in there. Man, this thing is sick. Honestly, I think I need to go with the red valve covers. Like, I think it'll stand out a little bit more. But this thing, man, is cool. Like, I'm digging it. It's like over the top. And if you follow my channel for any amount of time or seen any of my old stuff, you know that I really, really like pro scale look and adding like exhaust pipes and stuff. And this Gorgon is no different, man. Like, look at that. Got an engine block. Now we got a roaring V8 on this thing. And then it looks, in my opinion, actually looks even better from this side, because you got your V8 engine and then you got your transmission down here, which is cool. And then I don't know what you want to call that thing, but maybe another part of the engine. But yeah, like, I'm super big fan of like pro scale looking stuff. So what I'm going to do, I got to get the right screws for this. I got to redo the engine block, make it actually fit. I think once I get this finished, guys, I'm probably going to put the files on Maker World for Bamboo Lab for free. So if you guys want to go download them at some point for free, once I put them up there, I'll probably put like a post on my channel, just letting you guys know that the files are there. But yeah, I don't know. I dig this stuff. I mean, I could show you, don't want to make the video too long, but this is what I'm talking about. Like on my Stampede, I got faux exhaust pipes. And then of course I roll over here to my Intimidator 4x4. I got exhaust pipes that I 3D printed for those. You kind of see what I mean. Like, really, really, really like pro scale stuff. And it's no different. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll go ahead and catch you on the next video. See ya.